Sir, he stole my underwear." A 5-year-old black girl pleaded, and 12 motorcycle riders made him pay for his actions. The little girl's bare feet were bleeding. Her pink dress was torn. Tears streamed down her dark cheeks as she ran toward 12 of the most terrifying-looking men at the Madison County Summer Festival. Bikers, covered in tattoos, dressed in black leather, the kind of men most children would run from. But 5-year-old Amara Jenkins ran straight to them, because somewhere behind her, a monster in a blue suit had just stolen her underwear from her backpack, had pressed the fabric against his face and inhaled, had whispered that she was his special girl now. And she had seen everything. Subscribe now and comment your city below. This story needs to reach every parent, every grandparent, everyone who loves a child. Because what these bikers did next will shake you to your core. Amara Jenkins was 5 years old, and she knew something was very wrong. She had watched through the crack in the bathroom door, watched the nice man in the blue suit unzip her backpack, watched him pull out her extra underwear, the pink ones with butterflies that Mama had packed in case of accidents, watched him press them against his face, watched him breathe in like he was smelling flowers, watched his eyes roll back and heard the sound he made, a sound that made her stomach hurt. She didn't understand what she had seen, didn't have words for it, but her body understood. Her body told her to run. She burst out of the bathroom. The man was already walking away, already disappearing into the crowd, already looking for someone else. Amara ran the opposite direction. "Mama!" she screamed. "Daddy!" But there were so many people, so many legs and bodies and faces she didn't recognize. The crowd swallowed her screams. Nobody stopped. Nobody helped. Nobody even looked down. Her sandals fell off somewhere. She didn't stop to find them. The hot pavement burned her feet, but she kept running. Her dress caught on something and tore at the shoulder, but she kept running. "Mama! Daddy! Mama!" Nothing. Tears blurred her vision. Panic closed her throat. She was lost. Alone. And somewhere behind her was the man with the cold eyes and the wrong smile. Then she remembered. Mrs. Washington, her kindergarten teacher, the special lesson about strangers. If you're ever lost or scared, look for helpers. Police officers wear blue, firefighters wear yellow, and if you ever see this patch, Mrs. Washington had held up a picture. A wolf standing over a child. Words underneath that Amara couldn't read yet, but had memorized anyway. These are the Iron Guardians. They're bikers. They might look scary, but they protect children. If you see this patch, you run to them. They will help you. Always. Amara had asked her mama about it later. "Are bikers really helpers, Mama?" "Those bikers are baby, the ones with the wolf patch. They're good men who do good things." Now Amara scanned the crowd desperately, looking for the wolf, looking for the patch, looking for anyone who could help her. And then she saw them. 12 motorcycles, 12 men in black leather, and on every single vest, the wolf protecting the child. Amara ran toward them. Marcus Titan Reynolds saw her coming. 50 feet away, a little black girl, maybe 5 years old. Hair in 2 puffs with pink ribbons, pink dress torn at the shoulder, bare feet bleeding on the hot pavement, running toward him like her life depended on it. Titan's heart stopped, because children who ran toward scary-looking strangers were always running from something scarier. He dropped to one knee, made himself small, made himself safe. "Easy, sweetheart. Easy. I got you." The girl skidded to a stop 3 feet away. chest heaving, body shaking, terror pouring off her in waves. "Sir," her voice cracked. "Sir, please! That man took my underwear!" The words hit Titan like a rifle shot. Behind him, Bear froze mid-step. Shadow's hand stopped halfway to his wallet. Blade turned so fast his neck cracked. "Say that again, baby girl." "The man in the blue suit. He took my underwear from my backpack. I saw him. I saw him. He smelled them. He put them in his pocket, and then he walked away." Whilst Titan's vision went red at the edges, 15 years ago his daughter Maya had been taken by a monster just like this. She was 6 years old. They never found her body. The predator was never caught. Titan had started the Iron Guardians because he couldn't save his own child. But maybe he could save someone else's. "What's your name, sweetheart?" "Amara Jenkins." "Okay, Amara. You did good coming to us, real good. Can you tell me what this man looked like?" "Old, like my grandpa. Gray hair, but not much. Blue suit, red tie, gold glasses, and a name tag." She scrunched her face, remembering. "Gerald. It said Gerald. You remembered all that." "Mama says I'm good at remembering things." "Your mama's right." Titan stood. His bad knee screamed. He ignored it. "Bear." "Yeah. Stay with Amara. Find her parents. Don't let her out of your sight." "On it." Shadow. "Call 911. Male approximately 50, gray hair, blue suit. Red tie, gold glasses, name tag." "Gerald. Child victim on scene. Suspect still on premises." Shadow already had his phone out. "Blade, cover the exits. He doesn't leave." "Understood. Everyone else, find him. Blue suit, red tie, gold glasses. Find him and hold position. I want to be the one who looks this monster in the face." The Iron Guardians dispersed into the crowd. 12 predators hunting a predator. Bear knelt down next to Amara. His massive frame somehow looked gentle. His scarred face somehow looked kind. "Hey there, little warrior. I'm Bear. You know why they call me that." Amara shook her head. "Because bears protect their families. And right now you're family. Nobody's gonna hurt you while I'm here. You understand?" Amara's small hand reached out and grabbed his leather vest. "Don't leave me." "Wouldn't dream of it, sweetheart. Now let's go find your mama and daddy." Titan watched them walk away. Then he turned and started hunting. His radio crackled. "Titan, it's Shadow. Cops are running the name. Gerald Whitmore. Registered sex offender. 3 states. Warrant out of Ohio for 2 years. They've been looking for him." "What else?" "He's connected to something called the Lighthouse Collective. Some kind of network. Thousands of these sick bastards sharing information about targets, about techniques, about how to avoid getting caught." "Thousands. How many victims?" "They don't know yet. Could be dozens, could be hundreds." Titan walked faster. "Titan." Shadow's voice changed. Harder now. "There's something else. The feds are already monitoring his phone. They flagged him 6 months ago but couldn't find him. And Titan, he's been messaging someone else today. Someone who's here. At this festival. Right now." Titan stopped walking. "What?" "Another member of the network. Gerald sent Amara's photo to their group chat 2 hours ago. Asked for acquisition assistance. Someone responded. Said they were in the area. Said they could help. And 2 of them. 2 predators hunting children at a summer festival. Description: white male, late 30s, brown hair, yellow polo shirt, goes by Lighthouse in the chat. Where? Unknown. But Titan, the messages say he's already made contact with a child, within the last hour. Another child, right now. Find Gerald first, Titan said. Then we find the second one. His radio crackled again. Blade's voice. Got visual? Near the petting zoo. Blue suit, red tie, gold glasses. He's watching kids, Titan. Right now. Just standing there. Watching. Hold position. I'm coming. Titan broke into a run. He found Blade standing near a fence, pretending to look at goats. But his eyes were locked on a figure 30 feet away. Gerald Whitmore. The man looked exactly as Amara had described. Blue suit, red tie, gold-framed glasses. Name tag that read, Gerald Whitmore, insurance consultant. He was watching a group of children pet baby rabbits. His expression was pleasant, grandfatherly, harmless. But Titan saw what others couldn't. The way Gerald's eyes lingered too long on certain children. The way his hand kept drifting to his pocket, touching something there. The way he positioned himself for easy approach and easier escape. The mask of a monster. That's him, Titan said. Confirmed. Been circling for 10 minutes. Already talked to 3 different kids. Testing. Choosing. His car, gray Honda, Illinois plates. Ghost checked it. Blade's voice tightened. There's a duffel bag in the back. Kids' clothes Titan. 23 items. Different sizes, boys and girls, all underwear. 23 trophies. 23 children. Police, 6 minutes out. Then we hold him for 6 minutes. Titan walked toward Gerald. Casual. Easy. Just a biker enjoying the festival. Gerald turned as he approached. His expression cycled through surprise, wariness calculation, then settled on a friendly smile, a smile that didn't reach his eyes. Can I help you? Just enjoying the day. Beautiful festival. It certainly is. They stood side by side, both watching the children at the petting zoo. You have kids? Titan asked. Something flickered in Gerald's eyes. Hunger. No, never been blessed. Shame. Kids are wonderful. They really are. Gerald's voice went dreamy. So innocent, so trusting. The world hasn't ruined them yet. Titan's hands curled into fists. Funny way to put it. Is it? Gerald turned to look at him directly. The mask slipped slightly. Something cold peered out from behind those gold frames. I just mean they haven't learned to be cynical. They still believe in goodness, still believe in people. Some people deserve that trust. And some don't. Some definitely don't. Sirens in the distance, growing closer. Gerald heard them. His body tensed. His weight shifted toward an escape route. Sounds like trouble, he said. Sounds like justice. Gerald's head snapped toward him. Excuse me. A little girl named Amara came to us 15 minutes ago. Said a man in a blue suit took something from her backpack. Said he told her she was his special girl. Said he'd come back for her later. Gerald's face went white. I don't know what you're talking about. Empty your pockets. You can't. Empty your pockets, Gerald. Gerald's eyes darted around, looking for escape. But Blade had moved closer. Ghost was on the other side. Ray blocked the path to the parking lot. Trapped. This is harassment, Gerald's voice rose. I'm calling my lawyer. I'll have you arrested for... You're going to stand here and wait for the police. Then you're going to explain why you have a 5-year-old girl's underwear in your pocket. Then you're going to explain the duffel bag in your car. Then you're going to explain why Ohio's been looking for you for 2 years. Gerald's mask crumbled. I never touched her. But you were going to. Silence. That's what come back for her later means, isn't it? That's what you've done 47 times before. Find them, groom them, take your trophies, then go back for more. Gerald's face went gray. How do you... The Lighthouse Collective. We know about all of it. The network, the forums, The thousands of men just like you. We know everything." Fear flashed across Gerald's face. Then it was replaced by something else. Defiance. "You don't know anything." His voice hardened. "You caught me. So what? There are thousands of us. Thousands. In every city, every town, every church and school and summer camp. You can't stop us. You can't even slow us down. Maybe not all of you, but I can stop you. And what about the others? What about my brothers who are out there right now? What about the ones who aren't just watching?" Titan grabbed Gerald's lapels, lifted him off the ground. "Who else is here? The one called Lighthouse. Where is he?" Gerald smiled. "Wouldn't you like to know? Tell me." "Yellow polo, brown hair. Last I heard he was near the balloon vendor. Said he found an easy target. A little boy. Parents nowhere in sight." Gerald's smile widened. "Better hurry, biker. Clock's ticking." Titan threw him toward Blade. "Hold him for the cops!" He was already running. His radio crackled. Shadow's voice, urgent. "Titan, the feds are tracking the messages in real time. Lighthouse is definitely here. He's been sending updates for the last hour. He says he made contact with a 5-year-old boy named Tyler. Says the parents left him alone by the balloon vendor. Says he's about to make his move." Titan ran faster. The crowd blurred around him. Faces and colors and noise all smearing together. His bad knee screamed with every step. He ignored it. He rounded a corner and saw them. Yellow polo. Brown hair, late 30s. Crouching down next to a little boy. A little boy who looked scared and confused. A little boy who was alone. Titan didn't slow down. He put himself between the man and the child in one fluid motion. "Hey, buddy." He forced his voice to stay calm. "You looking for your mom and dad?" The boy nodded, tears in his eyes. "What's your name?" "Tyler." "Nice to meet you, Tyler. I'm Titan. See that big guy over there, the one they call Bear? He's going to help you find your parents. Go to him." Tyler hesitated. "Go on, buddy. You're safe now." The boy ran toward Bear, who scooped him up and moved away. Titan turned to face the predator. The man in the yellow polo had straightened up. His face was cycling through emotions. Surprise. Calculation. Fear. "Can I help you with something?" His voice was steady, but his eyes were wild. "You can explain why you were talking to that child." "I was just helping him find his parents. He looked lost." "Yellow polo, brown hair, late 30s. You match the description of a person of interest in an ongoing investigation." The color drained from his face. "I don't know what your friend Gerald is in handcuffs right now. We have his phone. We have the messages. We know about the Lighthouse Collective. We know about acquisition assistance. We know you've been hunting children here all day." The man's mask crumbled. For a moment he looked like he might run, might fight, might do something stupid. Then his shoulders sagged. "You think you've accomplished something?" His voice was quiet now, calm, almost amused. "Catching 2 of us in one day. You must feel like heroes." "I feel like a man who just stopped 2 monsters from hurting children." "And tomorrow? Next week? Next year?" The man smiled, a cold, knowing smile. "There are thousands of us. We're everywhere. Your schools, your churches, your police departments, your courtrooms. You have no idea how deep this goes. You're bluffing. Ask yourself this. How does a network like ours operate for 23 years without being shut down? How do thousands of men share information about hunting children without someone noticing? How do predators skip bail and disappear without anyone finding them?" The words hit Titan like punches, because they made sense. Horrible, terrible sense. "Who's protecting you?" The man laughed. "You'll never know. And even if you did, it wouldn't matter. The system is designed to protect us. It always has been. It always will be. Police officers surrounded them, guns drawn, commands shouted. The man raised his hands calmly. Arrest me, try me, convict me. I'll be out in 5 years, maybe less. And I'll start again. Because that's how this works. That's how it's always worked. They took him down, cuffed him, read him his rights. Titan stood frozen, thinking about 23 years, thinking about thousands of predators, thinking about protectors in the system, thinking about Maya, his daughter, taken 15 years ago, by a monster who was never caught, a monster who might have had help. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. He opened the message. You made a mistake today. We know who you are. We know where you live. We know where your brothers live. Back off or face the consequences. Titan stared at the screen, typed a response. No. Hit send. His phone buzzed again. We warned you. And then a photo. A little girl. Blonde hair, blue eyes, 6 years old. Playing in a backyard. His backyard. His daughter. Maya. The photo was time-stamped 15 years ago, 2 days before she disappeared. Someone in the Lighthouse Collective had been watching his daughter. Someone in the Lighthouse Collective had taken his daughter, and now they were telling him they knew all along. Titan's hands shook, his vision blurred. 15 years of searching. 15 years of dead ends. 15 years of wondering who had stolen his little girl. And now he knew. The network, the Lighthouse Collective. They had taken everything from him, and now they were threatening to take more. His phone buzzed one more time. She cried for you at the end, called for her daddy, but daddy never came. Something inside Titan broke, and something else caught fire. He looked up at the summer sky, at the families still laughing, at the children still playing, at the world that had no idea what darkness moved through it. The Lighthouse Collective had made the biggest mistake of their existence. They had let him know they existed. They had let him know they had taken Maya. And now he was going to find them. Every single one of them. He was going to tear their network apart piece by piece. He was going to burn their world to the ground. And he was going to find the monster who had killed his daughter. Whatever it took, however long it took, whatever it cost. Titan put his phone away and walked toward the security office where Amara was waiting with her parents. Today, he had saved 2 children. Tomorrow, he would start hunting the hunters. The war had just begun. Titan stood outside the security office, staring at the photo of Maya on his phone. His hands wouldn't stop shaking. 15 years. 15 years of dead ends and cold trails and sleepless nights. And now this. A message from the monsters who had taken his daughter. A taunt from the darkness that had swallowed her whole. Bear found him there 3 minutes later. Titan, you okay? No. The girl's parents want to thank you. They're inside with Amara. Mother can't stop crying. Father says he owes you his daughter's life. Titan didn't move. Bear stepped closer, looked at the phone in Titan's hand. Saw the photo. Jesus Christ, is that Maya, 2 days before she disappeared? How did they sent it? The network, the Lighthouse Collective. Titan's voice cracked. They took her Bear. 15 years ago. They took my baby girl, and they've known who I am this whole time. Bear's face went pale, then red, then something beyond red. Those 6 sons of, they're threatening us, all of us. They know where we live. They know our families. Let them come. Bear's voice dropped to a growl. Let them try something. I'll tear them apart with my bare hands. Titan finally looked up. His eyes were wet, but his jaw was set. I'm going to find them. Every single one. I'm going to burn their network to the ground. And I'm going to find the monster who killed Maya. Not alone you're not. Bear, don't. Bear grabbed his shoulder, squeezed hard. We're brothers, all 12 of us. We ride together. We fight together. Whatever you're about to walk into, we walk into it with you. For a moment, Titan couldn't speak. 15 years he had carried this weight alone. 15 years of guilt and grief and rage with nowhere to put it. I need to see Amara first. I need to see that she's okay. Then let's go. They walked into the security office together. Amara was sitting on her mother's lap. Her father stood behind them, one hand on his wife's shoulder, the other clenched into a fist. 3 police officers were taking statements. Sergeant Patricia Hayes looked up when Titan entered. Mr. Reynolds, I was just about to send for you. How is she? Scared, but strong. That little girl has more courage than most adults I know. Titan walked toward Amara, knelt down in front of her. Hey, little warrior. Amara's face lit up. Mr. Titan, did you catch him? Did you catch the bad man? We caught him. He's going to prison for a long, long time. He can't hurt me anymore. He can't hurt anyone anymore. Because of you. Because you were brave enough to tell us what happened. Amara's mother let out a sob. Mr. Reynolds. Her voice was barely a whisper. I don't know how to. If she hadn't found you, your daughter found us. That's what matters. Amara's father stepped forward. His eyes were red. His voice was thick. They told us what you did. How you tracked him down. How you caught another one, too. 2 of these monsters in one day. We were in the right place at the right time. No. The father shook his head. You were exactly where you needed to be. God put you there. I believe that. Titan thought about Maya, about the day she was taken, about the right place and the right time that had never come for her. Sir? Amara tugged at his vest. Are you sad? He looked down at her, this beautiful, brave little girl who had done what so many couldn't. A little bit sweetheart. Why? Because I'm thinking about someone I lost a long time ago. Who? My daughter. She was about your age when something bad happened to her. Amara's eyes went wide. Did a bad man hurt her too? Titan's throat tightened. Yes. Did you catch him? Not yet. Amara reached out. Her small hand touched his cheek. You will. You caught my bad man. You'll catch hers too. Something broke inside Titan's chest. Something that had been frozen for 15 years. Tears spilled down his face before he could stop them. Thank you, Amara. Don't cry, Mr. Titan. You're a hero. Heroes don't cry. Sometimes they do, sweetheart. Sometimes they do. Sergeant Hayes approached. Mr. Reynolds, the FBI is here. They want to talk to you about the network, about what those men said. Titan wiped his face, stood up. Where? Conference room down the hall. They've been monitoring the Lighthouse Collective for 18 months. What happened today apparently cracked something open. Titan looked at Bear. Get the others. Everyone needs to hear this. On it. 20 minutes later, all 12 Iron Guardians sat around a conference table across from 2 FBI agents. Special Agent Diana Reeves was in her 40s. Gray-streaked hair, sharp eyes. The look of someone who had spent too many years hunting the worst of humanity. Her partner, Special Agent Marcus Cole, was younger, harder, the kind of agent who had seen things that changed him. Reeves spoke first. Gentlemen, what you stumbled into today is bigger than you can imagine. Try us, Titan said. The Lighthouse Collective has been operating for 23 years, thousands of members across 47 states and 12 countries. They share information, techniques, target profiles. They have protocols for avoiding detection, warning systems, escape plans. We've been trying to take them down for almost 2 decades. And every time we get close, they scatter. They have people everywhere, police departments, courts, government agencies. Someone always tips them off. Shadow leaned forward. You're saying they have protection. I'm saying they have infrastructure, money, connections. This isn't a bunch of random predators chatting online. This is an organization, a machine. Cole pulled out a laptop, turned it toward them. Gerald Whitmore has been a member for 11 years. Based on his communications, we believe he's personally victimized at least 34 children. The man you caught today, Richard Byrne, has been active for 6 years. 14 confirmed victims. 14. Bear's voice was barely controlled. That piece of garbage hurt 14 kids. At least, probably more. Titan stared at the screen. Names, photos, dates. A catalog of horror. What do you want from us? Reeves and Cole exchanged a look. The Guardians of the Innocent program, Reeves said. Your network of motorcycle clubs. You have chapters in 38 states. Members who attend community events, school functions, public gatherings. Members who watch and report. We're not spies. No, you're observers. And you've built relationships in communities that law enforcement never could. People trust you. Children trust you. She paused. Amara Jenkins trusted you. Get to the point. We want a partnership. Information sharing. When your members see something suspicious, they report it through a secure channel. When we identify threats, we alert your chapters. Blade spoke up. You want to deputize a bunch of bikers. I want to use every resource available to protect children. The traditional approaches aren't working. If unconventional partnerships can make a difference, I'm willing to try. Titan was quiet for a long moment. There's something else. Something you're not telling us. Reeves held his gaze. When we accessed Gerald Whitmore's phone, we found his private communications with the network's leadership, including someone called Architect. Who's Architect? The founder. The one who built all of this 23 years ago. No one knows his real identity. Members communicate through encrypted channels, aliases only. But Gerald was different. He was one of the original members. He and Architect go way back. And in their private messages, Architect mentioned something about a problem in Alabama 15 years ago, a situation that required special handling. Titan's heart stopped. What kind of situation? Reeves pulled out a folder, slid it across the table. 15 years ago, a 6-year-old girl named Maya Reynolds was abducted from her home in Montgomery. Her father was overseas. Military deployment. The case went cold within months. The perpetrator was never identified. Titan couldn't breathe. We found discussion threads from that time period. A member in Alabama asking for advice on surveillance techniques, residential targets, how to handle military families where the father was deployed. Who? Titan's voice was barely audible. Who was it? The member used an alias. Shepard. We've never been able to identify him. Shepard. Titan repeated the name like a curse. There's more. In recent communications, Architect referenced Shepard as retired. Said he stopped hunting 5 years ago. Disappeared from the network completely. Why? Cole answered. According to the messages, Shepard got married, had stepchildren. Architect said he finally had what he really wanted. The room went silent. A monster who had stolen children, who had taken Maya, now living somewhere with a family of his own, playing father to someone else's kids. Find him. Titan's voice shook with rage. Whatever it takes. Find him. We're working on it. But Mr. Reynolds, there's something else you need to know. Reeves pulled out another document. In the last 6 months, we've noticed unusual activity in this region. New members being recruited, properties being purchased through shell companies, money moving through accounts connected to the network. What are you saying? Someone is building something here, in Madison County. We don't know what yet, but whatever happened today, you may have walked into the middle of something much bigger than 2 predators at a summer festival. Titan's phone buzzed. Another unknown number. He opened the message. You should have listened. Now watch what happens. Then a second message. An address. 2847 Oakwood Drive. That was Bear's house. Bear, what's at your place right now? My wife, my grandkids, they're visiting this week. Why? Titan showed him the phone. Bear's face went white. Then he was running. Titan was right behind him. They hit the parking lot at a dead sprint. Engines roared to life. 12 motorcycles tore out of the lot, blowing through red lights, weaving through traffic. Bear's phone was pressed to his ear. Linda, pick up, pick up. Nothing. Linda. The voice that answered wasn't his wife's. Mr. Washington, your family is fine, for now. Bear nearly crashed his bike. Who is this? If you touch them, I swear to God. God isn't here, Mr. Washington. But we are. We're everywhere. We tried to warn your friend. He didn't listen. Now there are consequences. What do you want? We want you to stop. Walk away from the investigation. Forget what you learned today. Go back to your normal lives. And if we don't, then we start with your granddaughter. She's 6 years old, isn't she, pretty little thing? Reminds me of someone. The line went dead. Bear's scream of rage echoed across the highway. They reached Oakwood Drive in 11 minutes. Bear was off his bike before it stopped moving. He hit the front door at full speed, shoulder first. Linda Sarah Marcus. Silence. Then a voice from the kitchen. Jerome? His wife appeared in the doorway. Confused. Unharmed. Linda. Bear grabbed her, held her tight. Where are the kids? In the backyard, playing. What's wrong? Why are you? Get them! Now, get them inside. Jerome, you're scaring me. Just do it. Linda ran for the back door. Bear turned to Titan. They weren't here. It was a bluff. No. Titan held up his phone. A new message had arrived. It wasn't. The message was a photo. Bear's granddaughter playing in the backyard, taken from somewhere nearby, minutes ago. They were being watched. Right now. Titan grabbed his radio. Everyone spread out. Someone's watching this house. Find them, now! The Iron Guardians scattered, checking yards, checking cars, checking every possible vantage point. Ghost's voice crackled over the radio 3 minutes later. Got something. Gray sedan, 2 blocks north, engine running. Driver just took off when he saw me. Plate. Got it. Illinois plates. Bravo Kilo 749er2. Titan was already calling Reeves. We have a plate number. Someone was surveilling Bear's family. Gray sedan, Illinois plates, BK7492. I'm running it now. Keys clicking. Registered to a shell company. Same one that's been buying properties in Madison County. Can you trace it? Working on it. But Reynolds, this confirms what I told you. They're organized, they have resources, and they're not afraid to use them. They threatened a 6-year-old girl. I know, and I promise you we're going to get them. But you need to be smart about this. They want you to react emotionally, make mistakes, give them ammunition. They threatened Bear's granddaughter. I understand. But if you go off half-cocked, you'll compromise the entire investigation. Let us do our job. Titan hung up. Bear was standing in his driveway, his granddaughter in his arms, his face a mask of rage and fear. What do? We protect our families. All of them. Tonight, everyone moves to the clubhouse. Wives, children, grandchildren. Everyone. And then we go to war. 3 hours later, the Iron Guardians clubhouse was full. 17 children, 12 wives, 4 elderly parents. All of them scared. All of them confused. All of them asking questions that had no good answers. Titan stood in the main room, his brothers around him, their families behind them. I'm not going to lie to you. What we walked into today is bigger than anything we've ever faced. These people are organized. They're connected. They're dangerous. Linda Washington spoke up. What do they want? They want us to stop, to walk away, to forget what we learned. And if you don't, they've threatened our families, our children, our grandchildren. Murmurs of fear rippled through the room. So what do we do? Bear's wife asked. Give them what they want, let them keep hurting children. No. Titan's voice hardened. We do what we've always done. We protect the innocent. We stand against the darkness. We fight. Even if it means everything. He looked around the room, at the faces of people who trusted him, depended on him. I won't lie. This is going to get worse before it gets better. They're going to come at us with everything they have. They're going to try to break us, scare us, make us quit. He paused. But I've been searching for the monster who took my daughter for 15 years. And today I found out he's connected to this network. To these people. Walking away isn't an option for me. It never was. Bear stepped forward. It's not an option for any of us. We all took the same oath. Guardians of the innocent. That means something. We don't run. We don't hide. We protect. Shadow nodded. Whatever it takes. Blade. Whatever it costs. One by one, every Iron Guardian added their voice. Titan looked at them. His brothers. His family. Then we start tonight. Shadow, I need everything you can find on properties purchased by shell companies in Madison County. Blade coordinate with the other Guardian chapters. Anyone who's seen unusual activity. Anyone who's had run-ins with men matching the profile. Ghost. I want surveillance on Gerald Whitmore and Richard Burns' known associates. Anyone who visited them. Anyone who posted bail. Anyone who... His phone rang. Unknown number. He answered. Reynolds. Mr. Reynolds. A new voice. Older. Cultured. Calm. I understand you've had quite an eventful day. Who is this? Let's just say I'm someone who's been watching your career with great interest. The Iron Guardians. The protection programs, very impressive. Architect, a soft laugh. You've been talking to the FBI. They love their code names, but yes, some call me that. I'm going to find you, whatever it takes. I'm sure you'll try. But Mr. Reynolds, I didn't call to threaten you. I called to offer you something. I don't want anything from you. Not even the truth about Maya. Titan's blood froze. What did you say? Your daughter. Taken 15 years ago. You've spent every day since trying to find answers. I have those answers. Then tell me. Not over the phone. Meet me tomorrow. Midnight. The old textile mill on Route 9. Come alone. No police, no FBI, no brothers in leather. Why would I trust you? You wouldn't, and you shouldn't. But you'll come anyway. Because you've been waiting 15 years for this conversation. And we both know you'll do anything, absolutely anything, to find out what happened to your little girl. The line went dead. Titan stared at the phone. Who was it? Bear asked. Architect, the founder of the network. What did he want? Titan looked up. His eyes were haunted. He wants to meet. Tomorrow at midnight. He says he knows what happened to Maya. It's a trap. Probably. You can't go alone. I have to. If there's even a chance he knows something about my daughter. Titan, I have to know Bear. After 15 years, I have to know. Bear grabbed his arm. Then we do this smart. You go to the meeting. We set up surveillance, backup, extraction plans. If anything goes wrong, you get my family out. Linda, my mother, everyone. You get them somewhere safe, and you keep fighting. Promise me. Bear's jaw tightened. I promise. Titan looked out the window at the darkness beyond. Somewhere out there, a monster was waiting. A monster who knew what had happened to Maya. A monster who had built an empire of shadows. Tomorrow night, Titan would walk into that darkness. And only one of them would walk out. The next 23 hours crawled by like years. Titan didn't sleep. Couldn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw Maya's face. Her smile. Her laugh. The way she used to run to him when he came home from deployment, screaming, "Daddy's home," loud enough for the whole neighborhood to hear. And then he saw the other images. The ones that haunted his nightmares. The empty bedroom. The open window. The pink blanket on the floor where she had dropped it while being carried away. At 11:15 p.m., he stood in the clubhouse parking lot checking his weapon for the third time. Bear approached. You don't have to do this alone. Yes, I do. He'll kill you. Maybe, but if there's even a 1% chance he knows what happened to Maya, I have to take it. And if it's a trap, if he just wants to eliminate you, Titan holstered his gun. Then you finish what I started. You tear that network apart. You find Shepard, and you make him pay for what he did to my daughter. Bear grabbed his arm. 15 years I've ridden with you. 15 years we've been brothers. Don't ask me to let you walk into a slaughterhouse alone. I'm not asking. I'm telling. Titan's voice softened. You have a family, Bear. Grandchildren. A wife who needs you. If something happens to me tonight, they're going to need you even more. And what about your family? Your mother? What do I tell her if you don't come back? Tell her I finally found out what happened to her granddaughter. Tell her Maya didn't die forgotten. Tell her... His voice cracked. Tell her I love her. And I'm sorry I couldn't be there more. Bear's eyes were wet. You stubborn son of a... I know. Titan pulled him into a hug. Hard. Brief. The embrace of brothers who might never see each other again. Take care of them. All of them. Promise me. I promise. Titan mounted his bike. Shadow's got the surveillance set up. Quarter-mile perimeter. Thermal imaging. Night vision. If anything moves within 500 yards of that mill, we'll know. And if things go sideways, 15 minutes. That's how long you have from the moment you signal. We come in hard and fast, no hesitation. If I signal and you don't hear from me in 15 minutes, don't come in at all. Just go. Get everyone out. Titan, promise me, Bear. A long silence. I promise. Titan kicked his bike to life. The engine roared, and he rode into the darkness. The old textile mill sat 3 miles outside town. Abandoned for 20 years. Broken windows. Collapsed roof sections. The kind of place where bad things happened, and no one ever found out. Titan killed his engine 100 yards from the entrance. Walked the rest of the way on foot. His boots crunched on gravel. His hand rested on his weapon. His heart pounded against his ribs. The main door was open. He stepped inside. "Hello, Mr. Reynolds." The voice came from everywhere and nowhere, echoing off walls, bouncing through empty spaces. "Show yourself." "In time. First, I want to make sure you came alone." "I did. I know. My people have been watching you since you left your clubhouse. I must say I'm impressed. Most men would have brought backup, hidden snipers, tactical teams, but you actually came alone. You said you have answers about Maya. I want them. And you'll get them, but first we need to establish some ground rules." A light clicked on. 30 feet away, a figure emerged from the shadows. Male, late 60s, silver hair, expensive suit. The kind of man you'd see at a country club or a corporate boardroom. Not the kind of man you'd expect to run a network of child predators. "Warren Fitzgerald," the man said, extending his hand. "County commissioner, businessman, philanthropist. And yes, the one they call architect." Titan didn't take his hand. "You're the founder?" "I prefer visionary. I saw an opportunity 23 years ago. Men with certain appetites, operating alone, getting caught, going to prison, wasted potential. I brought them together, gave them structure, resources, protection. You helped them hurt children. I helped them pursue their nature efficiently. There's a difference." Titan's hand moved toward his gun. "I wouldn't." Fitzgerald held up a small device. "Dead man's switch. If my heart stops or I release this button, charges go off throughout this building. We both die, along with any information about your daughter." Titan's hand froze. "Smart." Fitzgerald smiled. "Now shall we talk about Maya? Tell me what you know." "Everything. I know everything." He began walking slowly, circling Titan like a shark. 15 years ago, one of my most talented associates became interested in your family. Your wife was beautiful. Your daughter was exceptional. And you were conveniently deployed overseas. Who was it? Patience, Mr. Reynolds. The story is better with context. I don't want context. I want a name. You'll get one. But first you need to understand what you're dealing with. Fitzgerald stopped walking. His eyes met Titan's. The Lighthouse Collective isn't just a network of predators. It's a philosophy. A movement. We believe that society's rules about children are arbitrary, restrictive, unnatural. You're monsters. We're evolutionaries, and we've spent 2 decades building something that will outlast both of us. Thousands of members, billions of dollars, connections in every level of government. I don't care about your organization. I care about my daughter. I know. That's what makes you predictable. Fitzgerald pulled out his phone, showed Titan a photo. Recognize this. It was Maya's bedroom, the night she was taken, the open window, the pink blanket on the floor. Titan's vision went red. Where did you get that? From the man who took it. He documented everything. He always did. Who? Fitzgerald smiled. His name was Thomas Mercer. He went by Shepard in our network. 47 confirmed acquisitions over 18 years, one of the best we ever had. He retired 5 years ago, got married, settled down, decided he'd had enough. Where is he now? That's the interesting part. Fitzgerald's smile widened. He's closer than you think. Titan's blood ran cold. What does that mean? Thomas Mercer changed his name after he retired. New identity, new life, new family. He's been living in Madison County for the past 4 years. Madison County, where Titan lived, where the festival had been, where everything had happened. You're lying. I never lie about important things. It's unprofessional. Fitzgerald pulled out another photo. This is Thomas Mercer, before he changed his appearance. Titan looked at this photo, and his world collapsed. The face staring back at him was familiar. Too familiar. No. Yes. That's impossible. I assure you it's not. Titan grabbed Fitzgerald by the collar, lifted him off the ground. You're lying. The dead man's switch, Mr. Reynolds. Remember. Titan's grip loosened, but his hands were shaking. That photo, that man, is someone you know, someone you've trusted, someone who's been watching you for years, laughing at you, enjoying the irony of being so close to the father of his favorite victim. Who is he now? What name does he use? Fitzgerald straightened his suit. That information will cost you. I'll give you anything. I know. That's why I called you here. Fitzgerald walked to a table, picked up a folder. Inside this folder is everything. Shepard's real name, his current address, his wife and stepchildren, every piece of evidence you need to destroy him. What do you want for it? Simple. Walk away. Shut down your investigation. Tell the FBI you made a mistake. Go back to your normal life and pretend none of this ever happened. And let your network keep operating. Let thousands of predators keep hurting children. Children have been hurt since the beginning of time, Mr. Reynolds. You can't stop it. No one can. All you can do is choose your battles. Fitzgerald held up the folder. Your daughter's killer. Or everyone else's children. You can't have both. Titan stared at the folder. Inside was everything he'd spent 15 years searching for. The name of the monster who took Maya. The address where he lived. The evidence to put him away forever. Or kill him. Clock's ticking, Mr. Reynolds. Make your choice. Titan's mind raced. If he took the folder, he could finally get justice for Maya. But the network would continue. Thousands of children would suffer. If he refused, the investigation would continue. Maybe the FBI would eventually take down the network. But Shepard would disappear again. Another new name, another new life. And Maya's killer would never face justice. An impossible choice. His daughter, or everyone else's children. Time's up. Fitzgerald lowered the folder. What's your decision? Titan looked at him. Neither. Excuse me. I'm not choosing. I'm taking the folder and I'm taking down your network. Fitzgerald laughed. And how exactly do you plan to do that? Titan smiled. Shadow, now. The wall behind Fitzgerald exploded inward. Flashbang grenades detonated. The room filled with smoke and chaos. Titan lunged forward, grabbed the folder, dove for cover. Fitzgerald screamed, "You idiot! The switch!" He released the button. Nothing happened. Looking for this, Ghost emerged from the smoke, holding a handful of wires. Found your charges about an hour ago. Disarmed them while you were giving your speech. Fitzgerald's face went white. That's impossible. My security. Your security is currently tied up in the basement. Bear stepped through the debris. Turns out they weren't as loyal as you thought, especially after we showed them what kind of man they'd been working for. FBI agents poured through every entrance, weapons drawn, commands shouted. Agent Reeves approached Fitzgerald. Warren Fitzgerald, you're under arrest for conspiracy trafficking, and about 40 other charges we'll figure out on the way to the station. You can't do this. I have connections I have. You have the right to remain silent. I suggest you use it. They dragged him away. Titan stood in the chaos, clutching the folder to his chest. Bear found him. You okay? You were supposed to stay back. Yeah, well, I lied. Bear grinned. Besides, you didn't really think we'd let you walk in here alone. I gave you an order. And I ignored it. That's what brothers do. Bear's expression softened. Did you get what you came for? Titan looked at the folder. I don't know yet. Open it. I'm afraid to. I know. Open it anyway. Titan's hands trembled as he lifted the cover. Inside was a single photograph. A man in his mid-50s, gray hair, kind face, the kind of man you'd trust with your children, and Titan recognized him immediately. Oh God. Who is it? Titan couldn't speak. Titan, who is it? He turned the photo so Bear could see. Bear's face went pale. Yeah. But he's been, I know. The man in the photo was Robert Harrison, Madison County's most beloved pediatrician, the doctor who had treated half the children in town for the past 4 years, the man who volunteered at school events and church functions and summer camps, the man who had examined Amara Jenkins just last month, the man who had been in Titan's house 100 times, the man Maya's killer had become. He's been right there. Titan's voice was barely a whisper. All this time. Right there. Treating children. Touching children. Laughing at all of us. We have to move, now, before he finds out what happened here. Titan was already running. They hit the parking lot at full speed. Bikes roaring to life, tearing through the night toward the home of Robert Harrison. Titan's phone rang. Agent Reeves. Reynolds, we're en route to Harrison's residence. Do not engage until we arrive. He's had 4 years, Agent Reeves. 4 years to hurt God knows how many children. I'm not waiting. If you go in there without backup, then I go in without backup. He hung up. Harrison's house was dark when they arrived. No car in the driveway. No lights in the windows. Titan didn't slow down. He hit the front door with his shoulder. Wood splintered. The door flew open. Empty. Check every room. The Iron Guardian spread through the house. Kitchen, bedrooms, basement. Ghost's voice echoed from upstairs. Titan, up here. Titan took the stairs 3 at a time. Ghost stood in the master bedroom holding a piece of paper. He's gone. But he left this. Titan grabbed the paper. Handwritten. Neat. Almost elegant. Dear Mr. Reynolds, by the time you read this, I'll be long gone. I've prepared for this moment for years. New identity, new documents, new life waiting in a country with no extradition. I want you to know that Maya was special. In 18 years of collecting, she was my favorite. She had your eyes, did you know that? She looked at me with those eyes until the very end, asking why, asking for her daddy. But daddy wasn't there, was he? You failed her. Marcus, you chose your country over your daughter. You left her unprotected. And I took what you left behind. Don't bother looking for me. You'll never find me. Just like you never found her. But I'll be watching you. Always. And every time you look at another child and wonder if they're safe, you'll think of me. Sweet dreams. Shepherd. Titan's hands crumpled the paper. His body shook with rage. Bear appeared behind him. He's gone. Gone. Knew we were coming. How? Someone warned him. Someone in the network. Someone we missed. Titan's phone buzzed. Unknown number. He answered. Hello, Marcus. Harrison's voice. Calm. Amused. I'm going to find you. No, you won't. But I wanted to call and say goodbye. And to thank you, actually. You've given my retirement such meaning. Knowing that you've been suffering all these years searching for answers, never finding them. It's been delicious. Where are you? Somewhere you'll never reach. But don't worry. I'll be thinking of you. Every time I look at a child, I'll remember Maya. And I'll remember her father. The man who was too late to save her. I will find you. Goodbye, Marcus. Give my regards to the other children of Madison County. I've left them so many memories to discover. The line went dead. Titan hurled the phone against the wall. Get the FBI here now. Search every inch of this house. He said he left memories. There's evidence here somewhere. Something he left behind." And the search took 3 hours. They found it in the basement, a hidden room behind a false wall. Inside were filing cabinets, hundreds of them, organized by year, by location, by name. Each file contained photos, videos, documentation, decades of horror, decades of stolen children, decades of evil recorded in meticulous detail. And in the very first cabinet labeled Special, they found Maya's file. Titan opened it with trembling hands. Inside were photos he had never seen. His daughter, in the days before she was taken, playing in the yard, walking to school, sleeping in her bed. Surveillance photos. Harrison had been watching her for weeks. And then, the others. The photos from after. The ones that showed what he had done. Titan dropped the file, fell to his knees, and screamed. Bear was there in seconds, holding him, keeping him from flying apart. Don't look. Don't look at them. Remember her the way she was. He documented everything. Everything. For 15 years he kept it, like trophies, like she was nothing but a prize. She wasn't nothing. She was your daughter. She was loved. She was remembered. And now the whole world will know what happened to her. Agent Reeves appeared in the doorway. Reynolds, we've cataloged the files. There are over 200 victims documented in this room, going back 26 years. This is the largest collection of evidence we've ever found. Can you find him? We're trying. Every airport, every border crossing, every port. We've got his face on every database in the world. It won't be enough. He's been planning this for years. Maybe, but he made one mistake. What? Reeves held up a laptop. He left his computer. Encrypted, but our techs are working on it. If there's any trail to follow, we'll find it. Titan stood slowly. What about the other victims? The families who never knew what happened to their children? We'll contact every one of them. Give them closure. Give them answers. It won't be enough. No, it never is. But it's something. Titan walked out of the basement, out of the house, into the cold night air. Bear followed. What now? Titan looked up at the stars. Now I wait. Now I train. Now I prepare. Because someday, somewhere, Harrison is going to make a mistake. And when he does, I'm going to be there. And until then, I protect the children I can protect. I hunt the monsters I can find. And I never ever stop fighting. Bear put a hand on his shoulder. We never stop fighting. All of us. Together. Titan nodded slowly. In one day he had saved 2 children and lost his best chance at justice. He had found answers and discovered they only led to more questions. He had faced the darkness and learned it was deeper than he ever imagined. But he was still standing, still fighting, still a guardian. And somewhere out there, Robert Harrison was running. But he couldn't run forever. No one could. 6 months passed. The FBI's investigation dismantled the Lighthouse Collective piece by piece. Warren Fitzgerald pleaded guilty to 47 federal charges. Gerald Whitmore received 45 years without parole. Richard Byrne got 32. Across the country, 317 members of the network were arrested. 412 children were identified as victims. Families who had spent years not knowing finally received answers. But Robert Harrison remained free. Every lead went cold. Every sighting was false. Every promising tip led nowhere. The man who had killed Maya Reynolds had vanished like smoke. Titan threw himself into work. The Iron Guardians expanded to 43 states. The Guardian program partnered with FBI field offices nationwide. Child protection protocols were implemented at festivals and community events across the country. He saved children, dozens of them, catching predators at county fairs and school events and church picnics. Each rescue was a victory. Each arrest was a small piece of justice. But none of them was Harrison. And every night Titan dreamed of Maya, her face, her voice, her eyes looking at him from the photographs Harrison had left behind, asking why, asking for her daddy. On the 6-month anniversary of the Madison County Festival, Titan sat alone in the Iron Guardians clubhouse, 3 a.m, a bottle of whiskey half empty in front of him, Maya's last school photo in his hand. Bear found him there. "You need to sleep." "Can't. You've been saying that for 6 months. And it's been true for 6 months. Bear sat down across from him, grabbed the whiskey bottle, poured himself a glass. "You're going to kill yourself like this." "Maybe. The other men are worried about you." "They shouldn't be." "They are anyway. That's what family does." Bear drank, set the glass down. "Talk to me, brother. Tell me what's going on in that head of yours." Titan stared at Maya's photo. "I was supposed to protect her. That's the only job that matters. Father, protector, and I failed." "You were serving your country." "I was 8,000 miles away when a monster climbed through her window. I was clearing buildings in Kandahar when she was calling for me." His voice cracked. "She was calling for her daddy, Bear. Harrison said so in his letter. She was calling for me, and I wasn't there." "That's not your fault." "Then whose fault is it?" "Harrison's. Only Harrison's." "But he's not here." Titan slammed his fist on the table. "He's out there somewhere, living, breathing, maybe hunting again, and I can't find him. 6 months and I can't find him." Bear was quiet for a long moment. "I have something to tell you." "What?" "I wasn't going to bring it up tonight. You're in bad shape, but—" Bear reached into his jacket, pulled out a folder. "This came in 3 hours ago, from our chapter in Seattle." Titan grabbed the folder, opened it. Inside was a photograph. A man walking out of a grocery store. Gray hair, different glasses. Beard he didn't have before. But the eyes were the same. Cold. Calculating. Predatory. "Harrison. Our guys spotted him 2 days ago. They've been tracking him since. He's using a new name, William Foster, working as a private tutor." "A tutor? For children ages 5 to 12. Titan's blood turned to ice. "He's hunting again." "That's what we think." "Where exactly?" "Suburb outside Seattle, Bellevue. He's been there for 4 months, living in a rented house, working with 6 different families." Titan was already standing. "Get the others. We leave in 1 hour." "Titan, wait. We should call the FBI. Let them—" "The FBI had 6 months. Harrison walked right out of their net. He's been hunting children for 4 months while they searched for him." Titan grabbed his jacket. "I'm done waiting. I'm done trusting the system. This ends now." "And what happens when you find him? You going to arrest him or kill him?" Titan stopped, turned. "I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make sure he never hurts another child." "That's not an answer. It's the only answer I have." 12 hours later, the Iron Guardians rolled into Bellevue, Washington. Shadow had been coordinating with the Seattle chapter. They had eyes on Harrison's house, eyes on his movements. A complete profile of his new life. "He leaves for work at 8 every morning," Shadow reported. "Tutors kids until 4. Comes home, stays in, no visitors, no friends, keeps to himself." "What about the families he works with?" "All checked out. 6 different households. 11 children total between them. Ages 5 to 12. Shadow's jaw tightened. "Our guys tried to warn one of the mothers. She didn't believe them. Said Mr. Foster was wonderful with her kids. She's going to learn the truth." "How?" the hard way if necessary. They set up surveillance on Harrison's house, watched him leave in the morning, followed him to his first tutoring session, watched him walk into a family home where 2 children lived, and waited. At 4:17 p.m., Harrison emerged from his final session of the day, got into his car, drove home. Titan followed. Harrison pulled into his driveway, got out, walked toward his front door. Titan was waiting. "Hello, Thomas." Harrison froze. Slowly he turned. Recognition dawned in his eyes. "Mr. Reynolds, how unexpected. You didn't think I'd find you. I thought it would take longer. I underestimated your dedication." Harrison smiled. That same cold smile from 15 years of nightmares. "I'm impressed. You should be afraid." "Should I?" Harrison glanced around. "I don't see any police. No FBI. Just you and your motorcycle friends, which means this isn't an official visit." "No, it's not." "So what happens now? Are you going to kill me?" Titan stepped closer. "I've thought about that. Every day for 6 months. Different ways, different methods. Making it slow, making it painful, making you feel what Maya felt. And I realized something." "What's that?" "Death is too easy. Death is an escape. You don't deserve escape." Titan pulled out his phone, hit a button. "You deserve to rot in a cell for the rest of your miserable life. You deserve to wake up every morning knowing you'll never touch another child, never see sunlight, never breathe free air." Sirens erupted from every direction. Police cars screamed into the street. FBI vehicles blocked every exit. Agents poured out with weapons drawn. Harrison's smile faltered. "You brought them after all." "I told them where to find you. They did the rest." Titan leaned in close. "I wanted to kill you. God knows I wanted to. But Maya deserves better than having her father become a murderer. She deserves justice. Real justice. The kind that lasts." Agent Reeves approached. "Robert Harrison, also known as Thomas Mercer, also known as William Foster. You're under arrest for 214 counts of kidnapping, sexual assault, and murder, including the murder of Maya Reynolds." Harrison's face went pale. 214. "We've been busy while you were hiding. Every file in your basement, every victim documented, every family notified. You're going to trial for all of them." They grabbed Harrison's arms, cuffed him, started dragging him toward a waiting vehicle. He twisted to look back at Titan. "This isn't over." "Yes, it is. I have friends, connections, lawyers. I'll be out in—" "You'll be dead in a week." Titan's voice was flat. "General population Harrison. That's where you're going. And prisoners don't like men who hurt children. They really don't like men who hurt 214 of them." Fear flickered in Harrison's eyes. Real fear. The first genuine emotion Titan had ever seen from him. "You can't do that. Protective custody. I have rights. You have nothing. You are nothing. And in a week you won't exist at all." Titan turned away. "Goodbye, Thomas. Say hello to hell for me." They put Harrison in the car, drove him away, and Titan stood alone in the empty street watching until the taillights disappeared. Bear appeared beside him. "It's done." "Yeah. How do you feel?" Titan thought about the question. "Empty. I thought I'd feel something. Relief, satisfaction, peace. But there's just nothing. That's normal. You've been carrying this for 15 years. It's going to take time to figure out who you are without it." "What if I don't know who that is?" "Then you figure it out, day by day, one step at a time." Bear squeezed his shoulder. "You're not alone, brother. You never were." Titan's phone buzzed. A text from Agent Reeves. "Harrison is talking. Giving up everything. Names, locations, evidence. Says he wants to make a deal. Titan typed back. No deals. A pause. Then another message. Agreed. He's going to trial for everything. Every victim. Every charge. Life without parole is the best he can hope for. Titan put his phone away. What now? Bear asked. Now we go home. Now we bury Maya properly. Now we try to move on. And the Iron Guardians, keep doing what we do. Protecting children, hunting predators, making sure no other father has to go through what I went through. That's going to take a lifetime. Then it takes a lifetime. I've got nothing but time now. They walked back toward their bikes. Shadow was waiting. Titan, there's something you should know. What? The families Harrison was tutoring. We talked to them after he was arrested, warned them about who he really was. And one of the mothers, she didn't believe us at first, said we were lying, said Mr. Foster would never hurt anyone. Shadow swallowed hard. Then her daughter came downstairs, saw the police cars, saw Harrison being taken away, and she started crying. Why? Because she was relieved. Because Mr. Foster had been doing things, bad things, and she was too scared to tell anyone. She thought no one would believe her. Titan closed his eyes. How old? 7. Another victim. After everything. After 6 months of running. Harrison had still found a way to hurt another child. Is she okay? She will be, eventually. The family is getting her help, and they wanted me to give you a message. What message? The little girl. Her name is Sophie. She said to tell you thank you. She said you saved her. Just like you saved Amara. Titan's throat tightened. I was almost too late. But you weren't. That's what matters. Shadow put a hand on his arm. You found him, Titan. Against all odds. After 6 months of nothing. You found him before he could do worse. There shouldn't have been a before. He should never have been free to hurt anyone else. But he was. And now he's not. That's because of you. The ride back to Alabama took 4 days. 4 days of open road and clear skies and time to think. Titan thought about Maya, about the 15 years he had spent searching, about the answers he had finally found. He thought about Amara, about the brave little girl who had started everything, about the courage it took for a 5-year-old to run toward strangers and ask for help. He thought about Sophie, about the 7-year-old he had saved without even knowing it, about all the children who were sleeping safer tonight because Harrison was behind bars. And he thought about the future, what came next, who he was supposed to be now. On the 3rd night, they stopped at a small motel outside Denver. Bear found Titan sitting alone, staring at his phone. Everything okay? Amara's mother texted me. Amara wants to see me when I get back. That's good. She drew me a picture. Her mother sent a photo of it. Titan turned the phone so Bear could see. It's me, with wings, like an angel. Bear smiled. Looks like you to me. I'm not an angel. No, you're better. Angels never had to fight for it. They were just made that way. Bear sat down beside him. You chose this life. You chose to protect children. You chose to spend 15 years hunting a monster. That's not heavenly. That's human. And it's a hell of a lot harder. Titan stared at the drawing. What if I can't do it anymore? What if Harrison was the only thing keeping me going? Then you find a new reason. Maya would want that. She wouldn't want her father to stop fighting just because her killer was caught. How do you know what she'd want? Because I knew her. Bear's voice softened. She was 6 years old when she came to my house for the 4th of July barbecue. You were deployed. Her mother brought her over. and she spent the whole day following me around asking questions. Why are you so big? Why do they call you Bear? Do you really protect children? Can I help? Titan's eyes burned. I remember that. She was going to be like you. Anyone could see it. She had that same fire, that same need to protect people. Bear put his hand on Titan's shoulder. Honor her brother. Keep being the man she would have been proud of. They reached Alabama on the 4th day. The Iron Guardians clubhouse was decorated with banners and balloons. Every member of every chapter within 500 miles had come. Wives, children, families, all of them waiting. And standing at the front holding a handmade sign that read, "Welcome Home Hero," was Amara Jenkins. Titan parked his bike. Amara broke free from her parents and ran. He caught her as she launched herself into his arms. Mr. Titan, you came back. I told you I would. Mama said you caught the bad man. The really bad one. The one who hurt your daughter. I did. Is he going to prison forever? Forever and ever? Good. Amara hugged him tighter. I prayed for you every night. I asked God to help you find him. Maybe that's why I did. Amara pulled back, looked at him with those big brown eyes. Are you still sad? Titan thought about the question. A little. I'll always be a little sad. But I'm also okay. For the first time in a long time, I'm okay. That's good. Amara patted his cheek. You saved me, Mr. Titan. Now I'm going to save you. Save me how? She reached into her pocket, pulled out a folded piece of paper. I made you another picture. This one's special. Titan unfolded it. On the paper drawn in crayon was a scene. A tall man in a leather vest surrounded by motorcycles. Above him in the clouds, a little blonde girl with wings smiled down. Underneath, in careful 5-year-old handwriting, were the words, Your angel is watching. Titan couldn't breathe. That's your daughter, Amara said. She's in heaven now, but she can see you. She knows what you did, and she's proud of you. Tears spilled down Titan's face. He pulled Amara close, and for the first time in 15 years, he cried. Not tears of grief, not tears of rage, tears of release, tears of healing, tears of a father who had finally found a way forward. Around him, the Iron Guardians watched. Their families watched. The community that had grown up around these men in leather watched. And they understood. This was not an ending. This was a beginning. A new chapter, a new purpose, a new life built from the ashes of tragedy. Bear stepped forward. Welcome home, brother. Titan looked up at him, then at the crowd, then at the banner, then at Amara's drawing. It's good to be home. 1 year later, the Madison County Summer Festival returned. Titan stood at the entrance watching families stream through the gates. Children laughed. Parents smiled. The smell of cotton candy and funnel cakes filled the air. Life had returned to normal, or as normal as it could be after everything that had happened. But this year was different. This year there were guardian stations at every entrance, volunteers in matching vests, information booths about child safety, emergency contacts posted on every wall, and at the center of the festival, a new memorial, a bronze statue of a wolf protecting a child. Underneath a plaque that read, In memory of Maya Reynolds and all children lost to darkness, may we never stop fighting for the innocent. Amara Jenkins had been the one to suggest it. Your daughter should be remembered, she had told Titan 3 months ago. So other kids know they're not alone. So they know there are people who will fight for them. Now Amara stood beside the statue, holding her father's hand, watching Titan approach. She was 6 years old now. Taller. Stronger. The fear that had haunted her eyes for months after the festival had finally faded. She smiled easily now, laughed freely, ran and played like any other child. But she was not any other child. She was a survivor, a warrior, a symbol of courage that had inspired thousands. Mr. Titan. She broke free from her father and ran to him. You came. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Did you see the statue? They put my words on the bottom, the ones I wrote for the dedication ceremony. I saw. They were perfect words. Mama helped me spell them right. Amara grabbed his hand. Come on. There's something I want to show you. She led him through the crowd to a small booth near the memorial. Inside, children were drawing pictures, making cards, writing messages. It's a thank you station, Amara explained. Kids can make cards for people who protect them. Police officers, firefighters, teachers, bikers. She grinned. Mostly bikers. Titan looked at the hundreds of cards already completed. Crayon drawings of motorcycles and wolves and children with angel wings. Messages that said, "Thank you for keeping us safe," and "You're my hero," and "I'm not scared anymore because of you." This was your idea. Mama said I should do something to help other kids feel brave, so I thought what made me feel brave when I was scared. Amara squeezed his hand. It was you. So I wanted other kids to know there are people like you everywhere. Titan knelt down to her level. You know what, Amara? What? You're the brave one. You always were. I learned it from you. No, sweetheart. I learned it from you. He touched her cheek. A year ago, you ran toward 12 scary-looking bikers because you trusted that we would help. You spoke up when you were terrified. You did exactly what your mama and your teacher taught you. That's not something I taught you. That's something you already had inside. Amara's eyes went serious. Mr. Titan, can I tell you something? Anything. Sometimes I still have bad dreams. About the man with the cold eyes. About what could have happened if I hadn't run. That's normal. Bad dreams happen sometimes. I know. But when I have them, I think about what you told me, that being brave means doing the right thing even when you're scared. She smiled. So when I wake up scared, I tell myself I'm still brave. And then the scared feeling goes away. Titan pulled her into a hug. You are brave, Amara. The bravest person I know. Braver than you. Much braver than me, when she giggled. I don't think that's true. But thank you for saying it. James Jenkins approached. Amara's father looked different than he had a year ago. The haunted look was gone. The tension in his shoulders had eased, but the gratitude in his eyes was exactly the same. Mr. Reynolds, thank you for coming. Thank you for inviting me. We wouldn't have this festival without you. The memorial, the safety stations, the Guardian program. None of it would exist if you hadn't... He stopped, swallowed hard. If you hadn't believed a scared little girl when she needed someone to believe her. Anyone would have done the same. No. James shook his head firmly. They wouldn't have. Do you know how many people Amara passed before she found you? How many adults looked right through her? She told me later. She counted. 17 people. 17 adults who saw a crying child with bare feet and torn dress and didn't stop to help. Titan's jaw tightened. But you stopped. Your men stopped. You believed her. You acted. James's voice cracked. My daughter is alive because of you. My family is whole because of you. I will spend the rest of my life trying to repay that debt. There's no debt. Protecting children is what we do. Then let me help you do it. James pulled out an envelope. This is a check. From the community. From all the families who heard what happened. From everyone who wants to support the Guardian program. Titan opened the envelope. His breath caught. This is $427,000. Donated over the past year. For training, equipment, expansion, whatever you need. I can't accept this. You can. You will. Because this money will help you save other children, other families, and that's exactly what everyone who donated wanted. James put his hand on Titan's shoulder. You gave my daughter back to me. Let us help you give other daughters back to their fathers. Before Titan could respond, his phone buzzed. Agent Reeves. Reynolds, you need to see the news. What's happening? Robert Harrison. The trial just ended. Titan's blood went cold. And guilty on all counts. 214 charges. Life in prison without possibility of parole. The judge added something special at the end. What? He ordered that Harrison be held in general population. No protective custody, no special treatment. Reeves's voice held grim satisfaction. The judge said that predators who spend decades hurting children deserve to experience the same vulnerability their victims felt. Titan closed his eyes. How long do you think he'll last? Prison experts say a week, maybe 2. Men like Harrison don't survive long when the other inmates find out what they did. Good. There's something else. During sentencing, Harrison made a statement, asked to speak directly to you. I don't want to hear anything he has to say. I think you should. It was recorded. I'm sending you the link. Titan's phone buzzed with the video file. He didn't want to watch it, but he couldn't look away. Harrison appeared on screen wearing an orange jumpsuit, hands cuffed, eyes hollow. He looked directly into the camera. Mr. Reynolds, Marcus, I know you're watching this. I know you're waiting to hear that I'm sorry, that I regret what I did, that I wish I could take it all back. Harrison leaned forward. I don't. I'm not sorry. I don't regret anything. Maya was special. She was my finest work, and nothing you do, nothing anyone does will ever change what I had with her. Titan's hands shook with rage. But I want you to know something. You won. Not because you caught me, not because I'm going to prison, not even because I'm probably going to die in here. Harrison smiled that cold, dead smile. You won because you didn't become like me. You had every chance, every opportunity to torture me, kill me, make me suffer. But you chose justice instead. You chose to be better. And that, his smile faltered. That's something I never expected. Something I don't understand. He paused. You're a better man than I could ever be, Marcus Reynolds. And I hate you for it. I hate that you had something worth protecting. I hate that you found a reason to keep going. I hate that you turned your tragedy into something meaningful while I turned mine into darkness. Harrison looked away from the camera. Guard, I'm done. The video ended. Titan stared at the blank screen. Bear had appeared beside him sometime during the video. You okay? He said I won. You did. It doesn't feel like winning. It never does, but that's not what matters. Bear nodded toward the festival, toward the families, toward the children running and laughing and playing without fear. That's what matters. All those kids who get to grow up safe because you didn't give up. That's your victory, not Harrison rotting in a cell. Titan looked at the crowd. At Amara, showing other children the thank you cards. At the memorial statue gleaming in the sunlight. At the Guardian volunteers watching over everything. Maybe you're right. I'm always right. You just don't listen. Despite everything, Titan almost smiled. Bear, yeah. Thank you. For everything. For the past 15 years. For not letting me face this alone. for being there when I wanted to give up. That's what brothers do. I know, but I never said it, and you deserve to hear it. Bear's eyes went suspiciously wet. Don't go getting soft on me now, old man. Too late for that. They stood in comfortable silence, watching the festival unfold around them. Then Titan's phone buzzed again. Shadow. Boss, we've got a situation. What kind of situation? Young mom at the east entrance. Says her daughter wandered off 20 minutes ago. 7 years old. Red dress. Brown hair and pigtails. Titan was already moving. Description of the area. She was last seen near the pony rides, but that was 20 minutes ago. Could be anywhere by now. Lock down the exits. Nobody leaves until we find her. Get everyone on this. Now. He pushed through the crowd, Bear right behind him. This was the nightmare every parent feared. A child missing at a crowded event. Every second counted. Every minute increased the danger. I've got thermal drones going up, Shadow reported. Ghost is checking the parking lots. Blade's coordinating with local police. What about the mother? She's at the east entrance, hysterical. I'm heading there now. He found her 3 minutes later. Young woman mid-20s, tears streaming down her face, surrounded by security guards and concerned strangers. Ma'am, I'm Marcus Reynolds, Iron Guardians. We're going to find your daughter. She was right there. Right there. I turned around for 1 second and she was gone. What's her name? Sophie. Sophie Mitchell. Titan's heart stopped. Sophie. The same name as the girl Harrison had been tutoring in Seattle. The girl he had saved without knowing it. Ma'am, your daughter. Was she ever treated by a doctor named Robert Harrison? The woman's face crumpled. How did you know that he was her pediatrician before we found out what he was? She was one of his victims. We moved here to start over. How did you know that? Titan grabbed his radio. All units, this is not a random disappearance. The missing child is a previous victim of Robert Harrison. Someone may have targeted her specifically. Treat this as a potential abduction. Copy that, Shadow responded. Expanding search parameters. Who would target her? The mother sobbed. Harrison's in prison. Why would anyone— The network, Titan said quietly. There are still members we haven't caught, and they might be looking for revenge. Revenge against a 7-year-old girl. What kind of monsters? The worst kind. But I promise you, ma'am, I will find your daughter, whatever it takes. He left her with security and plunged back into the crowd. Shadow. Any hits on the thermal? Too many people. Hard to isolate individual signatures. Ghost. Parking lots are clear. No suspicious vehicles. Blade. Police have the perimeter sealed. Nobody's gotten past us. Then she's still inside. Keep looking. Titan moved through the festival systematically, checking every booth, every corner, every shadowed space where a child could be hidden. 7 minutes passed. Then 10. Then 15. Nothing. Come on, he muttered. Come on, Sophie. Where are you? Then, his phone rang. Unknown number. He answered. You're looking in the wrong place, Mr. Reynolds. And a voice he didn't recognize. Male, calm, cultured. Who is this? A friend of Warren Fitzgerald. A brother from the Lighthouse Collective. One you didn't catch. Where's the girl? Safe, for now. But that depends entirely on you. What do you want? Justice? Or what passes for it in our world? You destroyed everything we built. Fitzgerald is in prison. Harrison is in prison. 300 of our brothers are in prison. And it's all because of you. Where is the girl? Listen carefully, Mr. Reynolds. In exactly 30 minutes, I'm going to walk out of this festival with Sophie Mitchell. No one will stop me, no one will see me, and Sophie will disappear just like Maya did 15 years ago. Titan's blood boiled. I will find you. You can try. But here's the thing. I'm giving you a choice. The same choice Fitzgerald gave you a year ago. Walk away. Right now. Leave the festival. Stop searching. Let me take the girl. And in exchange, I'll give you the location of 12 other members of our network. Predators who are still active. Still hunting. Still hurting children. You're insane if you think 1 girl for 12 predators. That's the math, Mr. Reynolds. Sophie Mitchell, or 12 monsters who will collectively hurt hundreds of children over their lifetimes. Choose. I don't negotiate with 29 minutes, clock's ticking. The line went dead. Titan stood frozen. Then he exploded into action. Everyone listen up. The kidnapper is still on premises. He has Sophie. He's planning to extract in 29 minutes. I want every exit triple covered. I want every adult male with a child scrutinized. I want drones in the air cameras checked, witnesses interviewed. Move. The Iron Guardians scattered. Titan's mind raced. The kidnapper was confident, too confident. He had a plan, an extraction route, maybe disguises, maybe accomplices, but he had also made a mistake. He had called Titan. Shadow. Can you trace that call? Already on it. Give me 90 seconds. The longest 90 seconds of Titan's life. Got it. The call originated from inside the festival, near the Where the Funhouse, northwest corner. Titan ran. He reached the funhouse in under 2 minutes, a maze of mirrors and distorted reflections, the perfect place to hide. He plunged inside. Sophie! Sophie! His voice echoed off the mirrors. His reflection fractured into 1,000 pieces around him. Then he heard it. A whimper. Soft. Scared. Coming from somewhere ahead. He moved toward the sound, through the twisting corridors, past the laughing clown faces, into the deepest part of the maze. And there she was. Sophie Mitchell. 7 years old, red dress, brown hair in pigtails, tied to a chair. A man stood behind her. 40s, average build, average face. The kind of man you'd never look twice at. Hello, Mr. Reynolds. Let her go. I gave you a choice. And I'm making it. I choose her. I choose this girl. I'll always choose the child in front of me. The man smiled. Even knowing what it costs? Even knowing the predators who'll keep hunting because you saved 1 little girl? Even then. Why? Because that's who I am. That's what the Guardians stand for. We don't trade children. We don't sacrifice innocents. We protect them. All of them. 1 at a time if we have to. Noble. Foolish. But noble. The man reached into his jacket. Titan lunged. They collided in a tangle of limbs and fury. The man was strong. Trained. But Titan was stronger. Angrier. Fighting for something more than survival. Fighting for Sophie. Fighting for Maya. Fighting for every child who had ever been failed by a world that looked the other way. He pinned the man to the ground. Smashed his fist into his face once, twice, 3 times. Who else is in the network? How many are left? The man laughed through bloody teeth. Enough! There will always be enough. Police flooded into the funhouse. Bear was right behind them. Titan, Titan, stop. We've got him. Titan's fist hung in the air. Then slowly he released the man. Stood up, walked to Sophie. Her eyes were huge, terrified. But when she saw him, something shifted. Recognition. Relief. You're the man from the news, the one who saves children. Ma'am. That's right, sweetheart. And I'm going to take you back to your mama now. He untied her carefully, lifted her into his arms. Is the bad man going to hurt me? No, Sophie, he's never going to hurt anyone again. Promise, I promise. He carried her out of the funhouse and into the sunlight. Her mother was waiting. The reunion was everything. Tears and screams and desperate embraces. A family made whole again. Amara Jenkins was watching from nearby. She walked over to Titan. You saved another one. We saved another one. All of us. Are there more bad men out there? Yes. There will always be more. Then you'll keep fighting. Titan looked at Sophie safe in her mother's arms, at the festival resuming around them, at the Guardian volunteers watching over everything, at Bear and Shadow and Blade and all his brothers who had never stopped believing. Yes, Amara, we'll keep fighting. Good. She slipped her hand into his. Because that's what heroes do. Titan looked down at this incredible little girl, this survivor, this warrior, this symbol of everything worth protecting. No, Amara, that's what family does. She smiled up at him, and in that moment Titan understood. Maya was gone. Nothing would ever change that. Nothing would ever fill the hole she had left in his heart. But she had left something behind. A purpose, a mission, a legacy. Every child he saved was a tribute to her memory. Every predator he caught was justice served in her name. Every family kept whole was proof that her death had not been meaningless. Maya Reynolds had been taken by darkness, but her father had spent 15 years turning that darkness into light, and he would keep doing it. One child at a time, one monster at a time, until his last breath. Because courage isn't the absence of fear. It's a 5-year-old girl running toward 12 bikers because her teacher told her they would help. It's a father who never stops searching, never stops fighting, never stops believing. It's a brotherhood of broken men who chose to protect innocence instead of surrendering to despair. Sometimes heroes wear capes. Sometimes they wear badges. And sometimes they wear leather vests and ride Harleys and answer the call when a terrified child says the words that change everything. Sir, he stole my underwear. And 12 motorcycle riders made him pay for his actions, not with violence, not with vengeance, but with justice, with protection, with love. Because in the end, that's what defeats the darkness. Not anger, not hatred, love. The love of a father for his daughter. The love of a community for its children. The love of strangers who become family when innocence is threatened. Maya Reynolds never got to grow up, but because of her thousands of other children would. And that was her legacy. That was her victory. That was her eternal light burning bright against the darkness. Forever.